Friends, enemies, innocent bystanders. Today, we have another free for all. This is Don't Panic. You'll never believe what I end up doing. This is the story of the first date that I went on in 5.5 years after being in a relationship for 4 years, a different relationship for 6 months, and being on a dating fast for a year. So, let me set the story for you. It's a Wednesday. There's this girl who I want to ask out, and I'm very nervous, so I'm hyping myself up for it. I'm listening to the final rap battle of 8 Mile because after you listen to that, you can do anything. And then I see the girl and I ask her out. I'm like, yes or no? And she says yes. I get back to my car and I'm like, let's go. I'm crushing it. I'm only going to continue to crush it, and I will never stop crushing it. Then it is Saturday. We go on our date. We go on a hike, and it's like, wow, we have similar interests, similar values, good conversation. She has beautiful eyes. I'm like, I only see green lights. And at the end, I'm driving her home, and she's like, oh my gosh, it's 1:30. The time just flew by with you. I'm like, heck yeah, it is. That's how it goes when you date Luke. Yeah. So I think we know where this is going. On Sunday, I bumped into her after an event and I asked her out again. And she's like, yeah, I had fun. The time just flew by. I enjoyed getting to know you. I'm like, let's go. You already know what's going to happen. And she's like, but, and I'm like, uh-oh, but? What are you talking? She's like, I would rather just be friends going forward. And this is like the Gru meme. It's like time flew by. I enjoyed getting to know you. Let's be friends. Let's be friends. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. And like when I tell you that I was devastated at that moment, like that understates it. Like I really wanted this to work out. Probably wanted this to work out more than I should have wanted it to work out. But yeah, it was really rough for me. So I'm just like standing there. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I'm trying to rationalize. I'm like, there's only one thing that can explain this, and that must be that she's into Smeagolbod. Like this is me, and Smeagol is the guy that she tells you not to worry about. But yeah, no, it was rough. I'm like, I get back to my car, I'm like crashing out. I just like blast the music basically as high as it will go. I'm blasting EDM. Honestly, probably not a good mental state to have been driving in, but I'm driving across Colorado Springs. I get home and then I see it. Do you know what I see? I see an abandoned cart. And if one like important thing to know about me is that I think it is very important to put the cart back when you're done shopping for your groceries. Super important thing. Anyway, so I see this abandoned cart and I'm like, this is what I need right now. And I load I load the cart up into the back of my car. And then I blast the Lego Batman soundtrack where it's like darkness, no parents, super rich, kind of makes it better. I'm like blasting this while driving to the Target. And then I pull out the cart and put in the cart return. I'm like, oh my gosh, that felt so good. And then I get back home and I just hop in bed and I just sigh. And then I'm like, wow, I can't really be left alone with my thoughts right now. So I just go on a run and I just run until I like can't run anymore. I'm like laying on the ground. I can't stand. And then I decide that I'm gonna stress eat a dozen eggs, except I didn't stress eat a dozen eggs the normal way that you do it. I first stress ate half a dozen eggs, and then I realized that that wasn't enough to numb the pain. So then I had another 6 eggs, and then was like, oh my gosh, this is terrible. And guys, yeah, so this was a huge crash out. And it's worth noting that this is only the tip of the iceberg. Like, this is just what I'm willing to share if you thought that this was bad. But it really pointed out to me that there's something here. Like, you don't crash out this hard without there being something deeper going on. And over time, it wasn't immediately, but as various crash outs happened in my life and various experiences unfolded, I think this definitely indicated to me that I had a truly disordered need for validation. And it's not like that only started when I was dating again. I think when I was in a relationship before this, I didn't realize that there was this need for validation because I was just always getting validation, right? So it wasn't obvious, at least in terms of like an external crash out like this, though there were more insidious signs at the time for sure. But yeah, I kind of ignored these problems for a while, right, in a relationship. And then when I started dating, and I just kept making the same mistakes over and over and over. And I was like, maybe I need to address this in a targeted way. But I kind of hid behind external success, like in my career. Like it was like I was doing fine socially. And honestly, even in my spiritual life, like I was praying every day and I was like, that's good. Like I don't really need anything more. And I'm not going to say praying every day is a bad thing or any of these spiritual practices, but I think it covered up like this need to address it in a more direct way through means like counseling, right? Which is a tool that God has given us, you know? So in hindsight, I'm like weirdly grateful, like as painful as this was and as yeah, cathartic of an experience that it was. I'm weirdly grateful to God that I got this wake up call, or really these many wake up calls, because it forced me to realize that I am terrible at fixing my problems on my own. And in hindsight, that has been a huge grace. And I definitely don't have this figured out right now. Like, this is something I'm actively working through, but I feel like I'm at least taking some concrete steps to address this in my life in a very targeted way. But also, there's a balance of that with recognizing my utter dependence on God and his ability to heal me. And that's a balance. And in a way, it's paradoxical, but it's not really. And I think it's a necessary line that needs to be walked. And hopefully, I can keep this lesson in my mind for the rest of my life. But I very well might need another reminder in like 6 months. But, anyways, hopefully, this has been helpful for you in some way. That, my friends, is our free for all. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments section below. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. That's all I've got for today. And thanks for watching.